Hey, where is you seen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay, and in this video I want to go through the Plex Algo and we'll break it down strategy by strategy and then look at the performance for the last 5 years, and then we'll build our portfolio and do some Monte Carlo simulations and see how that work out. So this is Quant Analyzer 4, and already brought in the data from all the backtests, broke it down strategy by strategy. So we're going to look at the NASDAQ, the S&P, and then 4 symbols in Forex. Now, for some of these strategies, the settings were the exact same across the different symbols, like nothing had to change, and the difference between the Forex and the indices is just adjusting the lot size to cater for the difference in market. So we'll start off with the 1 bar IBS. Now this is on the NASDAQ, and where you see SPX, so that is the S&P, and then you would see the Forex pairs right here. So the 1 bar IBS, if you look at it over this period of time, which is a bit more than 5 years, made about 113%. Now it doesn't sound like much, because if we look at it, there's just like 5%, 6%, 7% a month, well, a year. My thought behind it was actually aiming for about 7 to 8% a year per strategy, and then by compounding you will see what that would turn into. So you can see from 2019 we only made 5%. We have some losing months in between, but in total we roughly around 17%, it looks like, a year, right? Which is fine with me. These are how the trades played out. If we look at the equity curve, you can see we have drawdown in a couple months. We had less trades in 2022. Now this is trading on the daily time frame, so you can see there are a lot of gaps where we have no trades for a couple months. Well, but this is fine, right? So if we look at the 2 bar IBS now, again you see here we have even less trades, right? And 3%, 8%, 6% a year, which is fine, and it only brought us up to 48% after 5 years. Now we would take a look at the bearish engulfing. We took a couple losing months, and we still had some gaps with about 4 months without any trades, and still roughing out about 9%. Well, 9% this year so far, but 7, 11, 16 was the best, which was 2020, right? But again, total percentage was 58 after 5 years, which is about 10% a year. So let me look now at the RSI 2, which is based on the Larry Connor's RSI strategy. Even less trades, and the percentage was even lower for most of the years, but then 2022 we had a good year with 22%, right? So yeah, you would see this repeating itself throughout the strategy, where we have a lot of months that would pass where you have no trades, but the aim is not to be trading a lot from one single strategy. It will compound and all the strategies would add up. So you can see we only had 33 strategies, 33 trades for this entire period. So let me look at the SPX now. So it is S&P 500. So for the same 5-year period, we had 148 trades. We made 200%, but you can see we had more down months, and then we still had gaps, so we had no trades at all. So the strategy worked out better for the S&P. In this instance, for the 1 bar IBS. And let me take a look at the 2 bar now. So we only made 11% in 5 years. You see we were averaging about what, 1, 2, 3% a year. So 35 trades over 5 years, 11%. Right. Let us go to the bearish engulfing. We made 13% over 48 trades. We still have a lot of gaps. Actually, the entire 2022 we only had 3 trading months, and that only added up to a 3.24%. So yeah, this is how this is how it goes, right? And the last one, we didn't do the RSI 2 for the SPX. So let me look now at the Forex pairs. So you can see we have the pound dollar using the same RSI 2. Is the exact same settings. The only thing that was adjusted was the lot size for the difference in market. And then all the Forex pairs use the exact same settings across the board. Trade settings, lot size, everything. So you can see again, we only had 44 trades and we made 52% in 5 years. And I know that doesn't sound like much. It's only like 10% a year, which is, most people would think that's really poor. 7% for 8, 5%. It doesn't sound like much, right? We look at the euro dollar. 57 trades, 92%. This one did a bit better, where we started to break the 10% per year for a couple of years, and then, you know, for this year so far we in a loss, 0.32%, which is fine, but we still have a lot of gaps with no trades. Now the CHF yen, 55 trades and 53% growth over 5 years. Again, a little over 10% a year. The last one was the Aussie yen. Again, 50% growth over 5 years, 56 trades, and a lot of gaps with no trades. So what we could do now is, we have all of those selected. We build a portfolio with all the different strategies that running, and then we just look at the portfolio now. All right, so now you can see with the portfolio built, we actually have a sample size of 626 trades, and we did 783%, which is crazy, right? We averaging about 100% a year. So it kind of pays off to have good strategies, not too many entries, but making sure you have like solid signals. It doesn't make sense to trade, you know, 100 trades a month if it's not quality trades. So by breaking it down like this and then combining everything together, we have a large sample size to work with, and the returns look pretty good, right? So if we look at the equity chart now, you can see all these little lines here are the individual runs, so the individual strategies for the index. So you can see this is the 1 bar IBS for the S&P. This one here is the RSI for the euro dollar. This is the RSI 2, which is the Nasdaq, and then all combined we end up with this portfolio run. All right, so what we could do now is we have jump across. I ran the Monte Carlo already. We have 1,000 runs here, and this is really just a test to see if the strategy would break at any point. You know, if we randomize the entries, what the performance would be, and you can see we pretty consistent, right? And then the projection, I mean, it outperformed what the projection was, right? So we was projecting this way and then we outperform it. So yeah, this is what we're doing with Plex. Now my plan moving forward at the moment, this is 11 individual runs, being a combination of 4 different currency pairs, 2 different indices, and then 4 strategies, so that combined to 11. The goal is to get it up to about 20, and at that point in time we will do a run to reduce the risk. Now we can't reduce the risk so much where we miss trades, because depending on the lot or the balance, all the trades, the lot size are calculated dynamically, and it have a possibility of being able to calculate below 0.01 lots, and then it wouldn't trade at that point. So we need to have this balance where we still take in trades, but we reduce any risk enough where the lots isn't ridiculous. So I have some more strategies that I want to code into Plex. At the moment, I have a list of 6 strategies. I guess if I get time to do all the remaining strategies that I want, I would be over 20, which is fine. And then at that point, we would try to get everything to about 5 to 7% a year to keep the drawdown as low as possible. And then again, we'll run back the simulation, do the Monte Carlo, make sure everything still looks pretty good. And it's a work in progress. Plex is a constant work in progress. I've been working on this for going in a year now. When I first started this as a personal project to code one bot that trades multiple strategies across multiple different instruments at the same time, and being able to manage itself, like each trade individually and independent of the others. So this has been like a serious journey, and still far from being completed. So yeah, that is kind of it. This is where we are right now. If you have any questions, you can head across the Discord. It is the first link in the description, and just shoot me a message. Let me know your thoughts. If you think there's anything that could be improved, which there is a lot that could be improved, especially since our relatively new algorithmic trader. So there is a lot to be improved. There's a lot to learn still, but you know, the point of this channel is just to document my progress. So yeah, that's it for now, and I'll keep you guys updated with how things go, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.